Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. I don't know. I guess you gotta have those dumb fucker pickups to do that. Not much coming through there. So, I got the amp all the way up, so I'm gonna turn it way down. So, Jay Salin did a thing about he took a Firefly guitar, and I gotta give him credit for this. He tore the thing apart, sanded it apart, sanded through the finish, took everything apart, took it all apart, man. And he went through it. It was enough to make you want to poke yourself in the eye with a sharp stick. The way he went through this guitar, and it was funny to me that he found places. First, that the neck was shimmed. He said with more than one shim, and there were places where they had glued laminate in the neck pocket and stuff, and there was stuff when he sanded through the finish. And as far as roasted mahogany, oh, whatever, okay. Flamed maple neck. That's not as flamed as his flame maple neck, but look at the front of that baby. If you could get a good look at that, as compared to just a plain maple neck. So, yeah, that's nice. It's a nice. And as far as pickups being microphonic, there's always going to be a little bit of microphony going on in a pickup, especially when you rise the gain up. Now, one thing I've got an issue with, and I'm not going to mention any names, but his initials are Terry Rand. I'm sorry, TR. Is when you're demoing something with this. That every pickup's going to sound the same like that. Every guitar is going to sound the same to me, to my ears. They're all going to sound the same. Look, I can put it on this pickup on the neck. Wow. We'll go with that. Neck pickup. Both pickups. Bridge. Alright, the bridge is a little different. But to me it's self-defeating when you're using that much gain. I want to hear. That's how I tell pickups apart. And even when you run them through like a DAW, and you can see the 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 stem in the DAW and, you know, what it's doing. Once you put distortion on something, everything else to me is out the window. And that's not how I look for my tone. Now, the original point of this video was going to be, you use it or you lose it. And I just posted a video of the Blues Project playing today. Now here's the deal. My phone rang at 9 o'clock this morning. I didn't answer it because I don't answer the phone at 9 o'clock in the morning. I look at it on the caller ID and I don't see a name. I just see a random number, or I'll see the word spam risk, or actually will come up say probably fraud, or I'll see some name that I don't know that are usually these really weird names like Sally McMuffins and Jimmy Jorgensen and stuff. You know, these names come up. I'm not answering the phone. Well, it was my friend Jimmy from the Blues Project, and I got a text message from my friend Fred, that me and Linda play with, our drummer, saying, "Hey, call Jimmy's cell phone because he's trying to get a hold of you because he says you're playing with him at 2 o'clock." And that was at 11. At 11, I got that text from Fred. He was at the grocery store and got a text from Jimmy. So I don't know why Jimmy didn't just text me, but so I called him and he says, "Hey, you know, we're playing at 2 o'clock, you know," and I go, you didn't, I asked you last week and you never answered me, but okay, you know, I can make it. It's only, it's in the town where I grew up, almost over, Conneaut, so I had to go over there. And I just, you know, the stuff was already in the van. All I had to do was grab my guitar and away I went. So we went and played. But these last few gigs, I used to play with the Blues Project a lot. I played with them for years, and me and this bass player named Mike were the dynamic duo in the rhythm section. We held it down, and Mike was a fantastic bass player. He reads music, all that, okay. Well, being away from it for, you know, probably 10 years, not being the guitar player, I don't remember these songs, and there's so many of them, and you don't know what ones Jimmy you're going to call. And I find myself stuck because he'll look at me and go, "Play." And it's like, "Oh, now? Okay, and you got to play." And I'm just resting on my pentatonic blues laurels and playing. And so I thought, you know, maybe I should take the time and listen back to some of this stuff and try to come up with something a little more interesting than just that. Because I'll tell you, it's true. Use it or you lose it. And there was a time when I could dig pretty deep into the modes, and even when it came to just a straight 1-4-5 blues tune, I could make it a lot more interesting than just playing out of the pentatonic. And like, you know, today I was drawing blanks, and every solo kind of sounded the same. And they're 3-chord blues. You know, they might have this thing in it where it's, They might have that turnaround in there, and that gets used a lot. You know, he's even using it on Route 66. If you ever get a chance to motor west, get your kicks on Route 66. And I end up going, and yeah, you can. There's a lot more you can do. I don't know if I'll get back there, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna make some efforts on it. But all right, it's Friday night. The weekend's coming. I've got a lot of things going on in my world. I would love to have you come over to Patreon. I'm going to post a whole bunch more of the Blues Project, even the sucky stuff that sucked even more than that sucky stuff. I'll post more on Patreon. Love to have you over there. It would really help out if we could get the Patreon thing going. There's a link to it down there in the description. And I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, play your guitar, and don't yell into your pickups. For God's sakes, don't scream in your pickups.